All right, folks, we got all of the demons or crows, or I don't know what the bad guys are in this game, but we got them all out of the system. Tech has banished the crows from the back end, and now we may start anew. So Kasaki, once again, tell us all about this PS1 game.
Okay, yeah. So for real this time, I am Kasaki, and we're playing Crow Country, and we're gonna make sure that there's things going on. But yeah, so timer will start in 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, it's a modern retro take on survival horror games. It's looks like a PS1 game, but it came out on Steam and modern consoles last year.
It's really impressive how
just
much
in
it
case.
looks like a PS1 game.
It is.
It
I
makes
agree.
me
It's very
nostalgic
impressive.
despite being released very recently.
Yes. Just in case, because we had tech issues, BigScared is joining me as a commentator and fellow runner of this game. If they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm BigScared. I'm here, and we are running very fast. This is a game that we can get through casually in like 5 or 6 hours, but this run, as you may can tell from the estimate, is quite short. And so I'm not gonna yammer too much longer about myself, because we're already here shooting at the ferry.
Yep. So it's if you've ever played a survival horror game, then you've basically played Crow Country. You go to the place. Hi. Also say hi to Mr. Bones.
Hi, Mr.
Hi, Mr. Bones.
But you go hi.
I loved your wild ride.
You go places. You go places. You solve puzzles. That gives you an item to. Oh, that's good dodge. And after you solve a puzzle, it's like, haha, here's a piece to another puzzle somewhere else. And that's the game over and over, but with creepy monsters.
It takes a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil, but
I was gonna say that sounds like RE.
yeah, instead of being set in a mansion, it's set in an abandoned theme park called Crow Country, thus the name. It's not.
Oh wow! So I was really on, I was on point with the Mr. Bones Wild Ride joke.
You were.
This is
Mr.
actually a
Bones
theme
Wild
park.
Ride. Yes. And as you can see, Kasaki progressing through areas. We have Fairy Tale Land. We have a very Halloween-inspired area. We're going to see a nautical-inspired area, and we are also going to see, because it's a horror game, a underground area slash subway slash hard to describe area slash secret lab? Question mark? You'll know what I mean when we get there. Anyways, say hi to Julie. Julie is our friend. We have to help her because she will help us later on in the run. She is the only NPC that it is required to interact with and befriend. Otherwise, there are several other NPCs in the game that we're just gonna ignore for the most part.
Yeah, and this game is it has a lot of weird quirks that you don't necessarily notice unless you know they're happening. Like every room based on the door you go in has a fixed camera angle that it will go to. But if you hold down the shoot button or the ready weapon button, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I was one off. It will flip the camera around for you, which makes it a lot easier to dodge enemies because, again, like most survival horror games, health items are limited, and you need to not die because there is no autosave in this game at all. It's purely manual saves.
Yeah, and in addition to taking standard damage, much like a classic Resident Evil, there is a poison status that you can pick up depending on what type of enemy or trap you interact with. Yes, there are traps around this amusement park as well, because why isn't there? What sort of amusement park do you go to where there's not traps that can poison you? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, here's a goose.
Here's a goose.
We've taken the chain and the goose is loose.
Yes. But yeah, so whoops. There's a fun little thing about the poison status, depending on what trap is giving it to you. Some traps will only poison you if you have an item to heal from the poison, and others will poison you no matter what. It's a very weird mechanic.
Yeah. Speaking of weird mechanics, we're gonna sit here and crank this chain for a while. Happy, is there anything you would like to share with the audience?
Yeah, speaking of weird mechanics, I've got this cousin who works. Is that anything? Is this good comedy? I wanted to let folks know we have a new milestone open. So we have met our IGN % bonus content at 3K. Now at $3,333, the best number because it's all threes. Excuse me, it's all threes. At 3,333, by the end of Sea of Stars tomorrow morning, we will do the first boss fight in New Game Plus, but while the whole party is still kids. So basically like level 1 party boss fight. Very high skill. You know, a lot of times in RPG runs, we beat every boss by just like making ourselves absurdly overpowered and one-shotting everything. But this is an actual, like, it will take a lot of tactics and skill and improv to make this boss fight work. So if you want to see that, the folks who set the numbers clearly have a lot of faith in y'all, chat, because we just have this run, IGN %, and Sea of Stars to get that met. And those are not long runs. So if you want to see that, we have to get those donations in ASAP. We have to push for it. But I also totally believe in y'all. Y'all have come through in the past. You can come through again.
Yeah, no, chat, I believe in you. You can absolutely get that.
Yeah, that's super doable. Also, Kasaki, that was a beautiful maze. I just want to point out to chat, if you're not familiar with this game, you might not appreciate how expertly Kasaki just navigated that maze. It is so easy to get lost in there, and it is so much easier to just start taking so much damage because the enemies, once they spawn, can smack you through the bushes. Also, shout out to this crow that's just watching us open this door.
Yeah, that crow's a homie. Also, so fun fact, I didn't know they could smack you through the hedge, so you just taught me that right now.
I have died in that hedge maze so many times because I'll get stun locked by one smacking me through one hedge while another one comes up through a different hedge. It's pain. You made that look so easy. Also, this is a weird guy. His name is Marv. Everyone say boo because he's in the way. He's holding up the speed run.
Oh yeah, also another a fun thing. So I don't know if it's on the overlay, but I am playing this on PS5. And because of that, the PC runners have a very nice handy macro that they can use to text mash through all of this conversation that no one cares about. We don't get that on console, so I just switch my hands to holding the controller a very objectively stupid way so I can mash X and circle really fast.
Okay, so survival horror games. You're probably expecting a bit of RNG. This arcade is where the RNG lives. This is where runs go to die. Kasaki has to play 4 different arcade games. Each of them has their own RNG. The worst one by far is going to be the shooting game, so I'm going to let them focus once they're done with this mermaid quiz.
Because you have to play on these tiny screens too? Oh, that's awful.
Yes, yes. You have to shoot the fish while avoiding the skulls, and they kind of look the same. So I'm gonna pipe down.
Oh, no pipe down needed. Here's the thing. This happened in a run for another event. I was practicing before the run, and I got the best possible RNG. It was just 8 straight fish in a row. I've never seen that any other time.
2 skulls.
And never live on air.
Pretty good. 3 skulls. Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything.
There it is.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now we just get our disc, and you might be wondering what this disc is for. It's to power the elevators that are going to take us down into the lab / sewer / subway / Cliche City. Cliche City is how I'm going to refer to it from now on.
Also, I'm going to be very mean for a moment. For those of you that are like, hey, Kasaki just picked up a save this file icon, that's called a floppy disk. And us old people used those.
Indeed. I wrote my first short story in 5th grade and saved it on a floppy disk, and I still have that floppy disk. I have no way of getting the information off of the floppy disk, but I still have the floppy disk.
We gotta get you an external drive. Just like we got Kasaki a brand new pair of shoes. Look how fast they're going.
Zooming.
Fun fact, those speed shoes do make a substantial difference. There was a wide debate in the community over whether or not it was worth it to actually take the time to go pick it up, because as you saw, they did have to travel across 2 or 3 different rooms just to go pick them up, plus the time of interacting with the back of the trunk. That's like a good minute. But you move so quickly from this point forward that it does compensate for that and then some. So it's always worth it to go get the speed shoes if you have access to them.
So I'm being told that there's also a bid war going on right now.
Ooh, tell us about that.
Well, you can choose to keep either Garl or Beast. I'm guessing it's B''ST. Now, I haven't played Sea of Stars yet, so I have simply done a quick Google to see these characters. And for me, it's extremely obvious that Beast is the right call. This little guy is exceptional. I love him. I've only known he exists for a couple seconds, and I would die for him. However, Garl, who's just some guy, is in the lead right now. So if you want to fix that and get a perfect little guy instead, then get some donations in. I know nothing about this game. Maybe Garl's great, but based purely on looking at their sprites, Beast is an angel.
So what I'm hearing is Beast might be best?
Beast best?
Ooh, scandalous.
It's possible.
So the funny thing is, I have played Sea of Stars, and one, I can confirm that best is best boy, and I did always pronounce it as best, personally.
Perfect.
Peebs, again, I do not know anything about the character, based solely on the first image that comes up when you Google Garl. I'm like, that's just a guy.
Yeah, Garl is also really great. But best is best.
Oh, now I am seeing a meme comparing Garl to Samwise Gamgee, so maybe that is a very good human. Samwise is a good noodle.
I feel like the only way we're gonna have this debate settled is if chat votes with their donations. Anyways, we're torching this fairy's head with a flamethrower. You might not have noticed Kasaki pick it up because they did it so dang fast. But they picked up probably the most important item in this game, which is the golden key. This key will get us into Mr. Crow's office. What do we think's in Mr. Crow's office?
More
It's a
creepy
gold
things.
statue.
Hooray! Not shocking. Creepy things in my survival horror game? I don't know about all this.
It's also one of the most elaborate puzzles in the game. So this is a puzzle inside of a puzzle. There are floor panel buttons that you have to type in the sequence 1 through 6 in order. And then there's also the keypad on the wall, which you have to get the passcode from some lore notes that you would otherwise get in Mr. Crow's office. But if you know both of those things, you can enter them at the same time and just run away from that boss. It's beautiful. It's so satisfying every time. Because if you were to fight that enemy in that room, it would just waste all of your ammunition.
Here's the other thing about that.
Yeah.
So that's the last time we'll use the gun until the final boss. And there's a puzzle later that you have to shoot, but if you don't have any ammo, it just solves it for you. So we just waste all of our bullets. But also, in the speedrun sense, if you mess up that floor puzzle, the run is dead. There is no bringing it back. You do not have enough to kill it.
Yeah. 3 shots will not save you in that fight if you're forced into it.
Nope, I messed that up.
Once again, speedrunner's worst nightmare math.
Happens.
There we go.
Happens.
But yeah, so we're getting actually pretty close to the end of the run. We just have a couple things to do. That box is moving. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, with the time we have left, do you mind if I read a really important donation?
By all means.
We received $5 from Who Was Phone that says, so you're with your honey and you're making out when the phone rings. You answer it and the voice is, what are you doing with my daughter? You tell your girl and she say, my dad is dead. Then who was phone?
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
That also went toward Beast in the bid war, so we are now at $21 and $20. So that bid war is tight right now. Do y'all also remember exactly where you were the first time you heard Who Was Phone? It's like a
No.
core memory for me.
Also, Julie has a hat now.
Yeah, she is the captain of our hearts. We're setting sail for adventure into perhaps my favorite room, a room with 4 mermaids in it. The reason why we need the mermaids might surprise you. One of them has a battery.
Wait, former maids?
Yeah.
Why aren't they maids anymore?
You know, I can't speak for their circumstances. But we are going to take their battery. Because for some reason, this car battery that was inside the mermaid also will power an elevator.
It will.
Survival horror logic is phenomenal.
Well, also, the thing that always gets me about it is all of the mermaids work, but only one of them had a battery.
Yes.
I can't explain it. Also, I've spoken about this before. If those mermaids were RNG on which one had the battery, it would be the worst possible thing ever, and I am so grateful to the devs that they didn't do that to us.
Yeah, because lifting the mermaid out of the water is one set of controls, and opening them to inspect the inside is a different, and you would have to go back and forth. It'd be like Silent Hill 4 and that hallway that nobody wants to deal with on the run.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the hallway where they like... No, that's the one with the endless hallway, isn't it? I was thinking of which Silent Hill is it where there's the hallway where they can just like pop out and push you off and lose you like 20 seconds.
That's 4, yeah.
That is 4? Okay, yeah.
Everyone say bye to Mr. Bones.
Bye, Mr. Bones. Thanks for the ride.
We love him, but he's got to go.
It's heating up in the donations. It's getting spicy. We got $10 from Chibi Carrera. It says, I can't allow Garl to lose. $10 for Garl. Getting spicy.
Hey, that's good.
Like
Bring the
2 more
spice.
quick ones before we get down this elevator.
Ooh, well, we have a retained hot take from the last run. BD sent $3 and said, is Taylor Swift in Cats the worst movie role ever by a singer? I'll hang up and listen. Nice hot take.
By a singer? No.
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 It's not her best work, but it is certainly not the worst of movie musical performances.
I would just like to point at Elvis's entire movie catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this room is one of the trickiest in the rooms. It's super dangerous. Kasaki had a full heal, which was the smart thing to do going in here. But this room on the other side is going to be the puzzle room that solves itself. Normally you would have to shoot these lamps, but it's so good. And here's our NPC Yap Fest. We've got a few moments here if there's anything else you'd like to share with the folks, Happy.
Absolutely. It's been a little bit since we talked about why we're here. So, in case some folks have popped up in the last hour or so and haven't heard yet, this is Lifeline for Linear. It's a mutual aid marathon raising money for our fellow speedrunner LinearC, whose channel you're on right now. She recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt. So, in response, her friends and community have all come together to present 5 days of speedruns in support. So, if you want to help Linear directly, you can donate with !donate in chat. Right now, we still have that bid war going on for Garl versus Beast. And every donation toward that also goes toward the milestone of 3333, getting us the extra New Game Plus boss fights in Sea of Stars.
What a thrill.
What a thrill.
All right, this is the part of the story.
This looks unironically very fun.
Yeah, yeah. This is where everything's gonna start wrapping up.
Yeah, we're right towards the end of the game. But first, in true villain fashion, Mr. Crow's going to yap at us for too long. So, for the sake of time, I'm Kasaki. You can find me on Twitch at _Kasaki or Blue Sky, the Kasaki.bluesky.social, whatever the end part of it is. He talks forever, but I'm just trying to save us a little bit of time and regain some time. So that's where you can find me, so that we don't have to do that after the run is actually done. Big, where can people find you?
On the Twitch at twitch.tv/BigScared, or in other places as BigScared, or sometimes I'm BigScared with no punctuation or spaces or anything else between the letters. You can find both of us also in the Binary Breakers community.
Binary Breakers
There
mentioned?
may be more of us, and potentially you could be one of us if you are interested. Just get in touch with us, and we can make that happen. Here comes the final boss.
I also recommend
the
following
final
Big
boss is
on
fun.
Twitch so you can get the go live notifications. It's my favorite go live notification on all of Twitch.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Crow here has had a little bit too much Mountain Dew, and so we're gonna feed him a bunch of grenades. That was a quick kill, and it's not quite time, but soon.
Yeah, time will be when I press on the input here. That'll come up in a second. Time.
Beautiful. That was such a good final boss.
That was so
wild.
good. That's so much better than normal. But yeah, this has been Crow Country. Again, I want to be as fast as possible to try and retain some time, because it's like midnight Eastern where a lot of us are. So yeah, this has been Crow Country. Thank you so much to Oz for letting me run it, and Happy, you're an amazing host. Thank you. Shoutouts to you for being here with us. But I am good to go.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Fabulous run. Always good to hang out with both of y'all. Binary Breakers mentioned. And once again, don't touch that dial, folks. We'll be back in just 2 seconds here. I'll talk to you on the break screen. All right, everybody. I do want to quickly acknowledge that Garl is pulling away in this bid war. We did just get $5 from Evie Nix. Saying it out loud, I understand the pun. That's really, really funny. That's a really good username. They say shout outs to best boy Garl and put that $5 toward Garl. So Garl now leading by $16. So if you're a Beast fan, got to get on it. But in the meantime, that is it for me. I had a fabulous time this morning with the silly block. I had a fabulous time this evening with the horror block. But now my time hosting for Lifeline for Linear is finished. But fret not, because not only am I leaving you in the very capable hands of the Princess Shortcake, but I'm also leaving you to watch one of my best friends and certified favorite roommate at GDQ events. We're not like full-time roommates. But my favorite roommate at events, Quacksilver, running Holly Night. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. Y'all should definitely stick around. We have so much good content, not only the rest of tonight, but all day tomorrow. Like, it's going to be absolutely fabulous. And I'm very, very excited. And I look forward to hanging out with y'all in chat. So thank you again for hanging out with me. Thanks for all the generosity. Keep it going. Linear deserves it. And I will see y'all on the other side of the microphone in just a few seconds. Good night, everyone.